These are the things that I would tell myself if I were going to my very first home inspection. Hey, I'm Brendan Klaus. I'm a real estate agent in Seattle, Washington. I've helped over 325 clients buy and sell homes over the past 10 years, and I myself own 7 homes as a 34-year-old. These are the things that I would tell myself if I went back to my very first home inspection on what to expect. First and foremost, I would tell myself to always do a sewer scope. Typically, a sewer scope, at least in Seattle, is anywhere from $200 to $250, and it's a one-time fee that you pay to have the inspector put a camera down the sewer line. The sewer line connects the home to the street sewer, and many things can go wrong with sewer lines. You can have a cracked sewer line, you could have roots growing in your sewer line, and sometimes people think just because a home's new that you don't need a sewer scope, but you have no idea what the contractors put down the sewer line that could be stuck. I've seen that happen before. You have no idea if the builder actually used the old sewer line instead of replacing it all the way to the street. So I take that $200 to $250 as an insurance policy that you're getting something that's already been done correctly and that there are no issues when you move in. So always get that sewer scope. The next thing I'd tell myself is to learn from the inspector. Come into the inspection with a mindset of curiosity and ask intelligent questions. If the inspector will allow you to follow them around the home, ask a little bit about what they're doing and why, and what you need to know as a homeowner. If you don't know how to reset your GFCI outlets after they flip, that's something you should learn at the inspection. If you don't know how to shut the water off to your property, that's something you should learn at the inspection. Do you know where your whole home electrical switch is? You need to know those things at the inspection. So following your inspector around, asking questions, and just being curious can be a real big benefit to you as the future owner. The next thing I tell myself is not to expect any home to be perfect. I see it all the time. Homes are built to code, but they're not always perfect. There's no real home that's built perfectly unless maybe you're on like a very flat lot and you have no issues whatsoever, no weather damage, anything like that. There are always going to be flaws in a home. So don't come into an inspection thinking that a home will ever be perfect, especially aesthetically. There are many things that are wrong with homes aesthetically, and I've learned over the years to not necessarily focus on all of the very minor details, especially as an owner, because a lot of those things you're not going to notice long term. I'll give you an example. I re-tiled my backsplash recently, and then the countertop people put in the caulking at the bottom. Some of the white caulking started to get on the dark tiles above it and just spread ever so slightly. But it's something where even though I did try to wipe it down and make it look almost perfect, it's never going to be perfect. There's never a way that you'll get something to look precisely perfect. And so those are things that sometimes you have to be aware of going in that are not always going to be exactly how you want them to be as a homeowner. And so don't focus too much on the tiny details unless they really matter. And by that, I mean, unless it's compromising the integrity of the structure or something like that. One thing I'd tell myself is to learn how to operate the home. This can be a really important step in attending your home inspection. You want to know how the home works and what you need to do. Kind of back to my previous point. You know, if you have like a whole house fan in your home that runs through the laundry room, you want to know how to make sure that that's turned on. You want to make sure that it runs every so often, typically once a day for a few minutes so that air is circulating through the home. You want to know in certain parts of the country if there's radon or asbestos in your home and where that might be located. You want to know if the vents to the bathroom are all venting out to the exterior so no moisture is trapped. These are all things that you can learn at the inspection. You should understand how to operate your home, how to operate all the systems of your home, so that you can ultimately take care of that home. And that leads to the last point. The next thing I'd tell myself is to create an annual maintenance checklist of things to do in the home. So as a homeowner, you are probably going to need to clean the filters. You're going to need to reset things once a year. You're going to need to clean your gutters. These are all things that you can start a list to make sure you take care of once a year. And I would start that at your home inspection, right when the inspector's telling you. And just set a reminder for yourself once a year so that you're taking care of your home and you're not having something build up and become an even bigger issue later. That's the one thing that as a homeowner can be really daunting, is that if you you don't have a checklist of what to do, you're definitely going to run into issues later if you don't take care of the home properly. So start that now. Start your annual checklist, figure out what you need to have in place every single year and what you need to do to make sure that you're taking care of that home. I'm curious, what did I miss on this list? Put in the comments below something you think that you would tell yourself at your very first home inspection if you were to go back and do it again, or something that you have on your list to take care of every year about your house. Hopefully you found this helpful, and if you did, I'd love if you hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this and more real estate market updates for the Seattle real estate market. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next time.